Okay, hi everybody. So this is the first Let's Play that I'm gonna do on YouTube, and specifically this is the start of a probably short-lived series, unless it gets a lot of traction, about the games and media that inspired me to make characters, voices, tell stories, and all that stuff. And we're going to start with one of the most influential games that I played. It is by far one of my favorite games, if not my absolute favorite game, and that is Soul Reaver. And Soul Reaver is part of the Legacy of Kain series. It is a game about vampires, which, if you know anything about me, it's funny because I'm actually a little put off by vampires. But these are very different. These are not the vampires that you see in like the Masquerade or anything. These take a very dark and unsettling turn. But there's no major jump scares in this game or in the series, and the voice acting is just out of this world. So if you're interested, and I hope you are, sit down and let's play along. In this game, Soul Reaver is the second game in the series. I don't actually have Blood Omen: The Legacy of Kain, which is the first one. You don't need to have played Blood Omen to play this. Raziel, the main character, will catch you up. But to give you a quick summary, Kain is a big old jerkwad who was fated to save the world of Nosgoth, but when he found out what he had to do to save it, he was like, no. How about you don't do that? And he plunged Nosgoth, the world that he lives in, into corrupted madness, chaos, and yeah, it's not good. You'll see. So let's play along. Okay. So this is a long game, and one of the things I loved when this came out was being shocked at how all the statues are actually alive. It was a very cool pixel art thing. And you'll see that with almost everyone. I don't know about the... Oh, no, he does too. Yeah, I think all of them actually do. Although I find it interesting that only one has blue eyes. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started, and it'll enter into one of my favorite openings, if not my favorite opening of all time in games.
Kain is deified. The clans tell tales of him. Few know the truth. He was mortal once, as were we all. However, his contempt for humanity drove him to create me and my brethren. I am Raziel, firstborn of his lieutenants. I stood with Kain and my brethren at the dawn of the Empire. I have served him a millennium. Over time, we became less human and more divine. Kain would enter the state of change and emerge with a new gift. Some years after the Master, our evolution would follow, until I had the honor of surpassing my lord. For my transgression, I earned a new kind of reward. Agony. There was only one possible outcome. My eternal damnation. I, Raziel, was to suffer the fate of traitors and weaklings, to burn forever in the bowels of the Lake of the Dead.
Cast him in.
Tumbling, burning with white-hot fire, I plunged into the depths of the abyss. Unspeakable pain, relentless agony. Time ceased to exist. Only this torture and a deepening hatred of the hypocrisy that damned me to this hell. An eternity passed, and my torment receded, bringing me back from the precipice of madness. The descent had destroyed me, and yet I lived.
Raziel, you are worthy. I know you, Raziel. You are worthy.
What madness is this? What pitiful form is this that I have come to inhabit? Death would be a release next to this travesty.
You did not survive the abyss, Raziel. I have only spared you from total dissolution.
I would choose oblivion over this existence.
The choice is not yours.
I am destroyed.
You are reborn. The birth of one of Cain's abominations traps the essence of life. It is this soul that animates the corpse you lived in. And that, Raziel, is the demise of Nosgoth. There is no balance. The souls of the dead remain trapped. I cannot spin them in the wheel of fate. They cannot complete their destinies. Redeem yourself. Or if you prefer, avenge yourself. Settle your dispute with Cain. Destroy him and your brethren. Free their souls and let the wheel of fate churn again. Use your hatred to reave their souls. I can make it possible. Become my soul reaver, my angel of death.
I swear that is one of the best openings to a game I have ever seen. At least at the time my 19, 20-year-old brain could ever comprehend. So, my favorite line in that opening is, "The descent had destroyed me, and yet I live." And there's just something so, I don't know, motivating, I guess the term is in that. But off we go. We've got a revenge to fulfill. Naked blue man, naked blue man. It took me the longest time to recognize that, you know, Raziel is just kind of nude. I mean, there's nothing left to see, but he's just like, oh yeah, I got gloves on, I got boots on, I got a big old scarf, and I'm gonna make that work.
Across great spans.
This game plays an awful lot like Zelda. At least from like Ocarina of Time onward iterations of Zelda. which is weird because the original Legacy of Kain played a lot like Zelda. And I think this came out either just before or just after Ocarina of Time.
You are weak. You must feed.
The old hunger has left me. I have no desire for blood.
You are changed. Your bloodthirst is replaced by a deeper need. You have become a devourer of souls. To sustain your strength, you must hunt the lost spirits of the underworld and consume the souls of your enemies.
That I didn't bring up before is the late great Tony J. If you're big on your Disney history, he played in The Hunchback of Notre Dame. He was amazing in everything. Michael Bell plays Raziel, who was one of my favorite voice actors as a kid, because he pretty much voiced every character in my childhood. Him and Cam Clark, I believe, was the voice of Leonardo from the Ninja Turtles. Cam Clark is not in this game, but Simon Templeman is. And if you don't know who Simon Templeman is, that's not surprising to a certain extent, because he typically just does voice acting. But he did play the embodiment of death in the TV show Charmed. There we go.
Your wings, though ruined, are not without purpose. Take hold of them as you leap, and they will carry you across this chasm.
Okay. That used to boggle my mind as a kid. That I could just glide. Up to that point, like gliding was just not something rarely ever done in games.
Scabrous wretches are these?
Shua, the scavengers of the underworld. Their feral hunger has claimed countless souls, spirits who now shall never find their rest.
Okay, so I typically play this game with a controller. However, since my hand is still not functioning properly, we have to do this on a keyboard. So, forgive me if my combat skills are lacking as we play this game. Here we go. That Raziel is not much of a boxer. See that? I'm kicking in there. Oh, where you going? 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 Come back here! Return! What happened? There we go. I'm gonna snack. Whee! Tastes like chicken. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Ah, there you are. Get in my tiny belly. Okay. Now. Well, that went way better than last time. I've played this game a couple of times just to get reaccustomed to it. Oh, here's another mind-blowing part when I was a kid.
These portals are your conduit between the spectral and material realms. With their aid, you may gather matter and will yourself to become manifest in the physical world. This is taxing, however. Your strength must first be fully restored. You require no conduit to return to this plane. You may abandon your physical body at any time.
So what happens in here? Yeah, I'll just show you. Now, I know,
Sustain
again,
your
this game is
strength to
old and
prolong
dated,
your manifestation
but
in the
imagine,
physical world.
as a kid,
If you
you
fail
realize
to
that with a
feed
button, that
or
the
absorb
whole
too many
world
wounds, this
warps
fragile
and
matter
twists.
will dissolve.
And that later I will be using the spirit world as a means to an end, as in I will use it to get from point A to point B when I can't fit one way, I have to go the other. And as a game mechanic, it's just fun. And
You are young yet, Raziel. You still retain many of your vampiric weaknesses. Immersion in water, while not fatal, will dissolve your physical body, forcing your return to the spirit world. Be aware that in the spectral realm, water has neither heft nor lift. It stands as thin as air.
I hate this jump. Let's see if I can make it. Nope. They don't always have that. There we go. Okay, so here's the other part I love about this game. Up until this point on the PlayStation, games had vicious load times. And Resident Evil was probably one of the first games to hide it in a door. But there was a big sequence when you opened a door, then you knew they were hiding a load time. This game has hidden load times used with this door. And so it looks like there's no load times at all in the game.
What are these
It was
creatures?
just impressive.
Do you not recognize them? They are the children of your brother, Duma.
That's impossible. These foul, scuttling beasts could not be kin of our high blood.
Do you suppose that time stood still for you, Raziel? Much has changed since you passed from the world of men.
I knew my opponent's weaknesses, having suffered them myself. Physical wounds are fleeting. Vampire's immortal flesh begins to close as soon as it is cleaved. Vampires need only fear those wounds that impale or inflame. Water scorches like acid, and fledglings are devastated by sunlight's touch. I would have to modify my tactics to suit my foes.
And get a tan.
Unfettered from the flesh, a creature's soul fades swiftly into the spectral realm. Draw it in quickly, Raziel, or you will be compelled to follow.
And this is one of the new mechanics as well, is that you can't just kill an enemy. You have to both kill a vampiric enemy and then dispose of them. Two of the best ways are water and sun. Because you later will get like a spear. I love using the spear. However, if you kill an enemy with a spear and then you don't feed off their soul, having a little bit of a problem. Come on. Oh. There it goes. If you remove a weapon from an enemy and you didn't devour their soul, then they are just going to get back up.
Effortlessly.
Sorry about that. Yeah. Alright. Get back. Oh, dang it. Not far enough. We need to do one of my favorite things. If you hold down X, he will grab it. Just tap X, he'll go, eh. Eh. Alright. There we go. Now, torches are a nice weapon. In fact, I'll grab one. The downside is, though, is that they're limited in how long they work. Because eventually the torches go out, and you just have a stick.
The sanctuary of the clans reduced to ruin. Beyond these walls lay the pillars of Nosgoth, the seat of Kain's empire. How humble it now appeared, collapsing into the dust of its former magnificence. And yet, I had only just emerged. In the instant between my execution and resurrection, centuries had apparently passed.
This world is wrecked with cataclysms. The earth strains to shrug off the pestilence of Kain's parasitic empire. The fate of this world was preordained in an instant by a solitary man. Unwilling to martyr himself to restore Nosgoth's balance, Kain condemned the world to the decay you see. In that moment, the unraveling began. Now it is nearly played out. Nosgoth teeters on the brink of collapse. Its fragile balance cannot hold.
Okay. So. Oh, dang it. Sorry. Alright, now here's the weapon of life. You'll see. Because boxing was not his thing. Clearly. See. Kind of like this one because. Yeah. Gimme. Yummy, 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 yummy. Nom, nom, nom. Taste that chicken. Do it again. Oh. Another little quick stop that has to be made. As you remember, I hit that button earlier in the Underworld, or Spirit World, or Spectre World? Spectral plane. And this is another hidden load time. But when you normally come back to this game, you start back in the Underworld, and if you want to jump to certain parts, these gates help you. As stated before, my own strange benefactor. My blueberry juice. Ow! My other blueberry juice. You jerk. Give me it back. That was raspberry.
This, at least, had remained constant. The endlessly swirling vortex of the abyss, my tomb, and the womb of my rebirth. Though much of Nosgoth's landscape had changed, these cliffs gave me my bearings. My clan territory was to the west. I was anxious to see how my descendants had fared during the centuries of my absence.
Okay. Well, he really wasn't ready for that. There you go. Nom, nom, nom. He didn't trigger the other guy. Uh-oh. Hang on. I'll be with you in a moment. Oh, I missed. How did I miss? Wait, where am I going? Hey. Keyboard suddenly decided that I was just going to run. I was running. That stick is blunt. Ow!
Utter desolation. My once proud kin wiped from this world like excrement from a boot. I knew the hand that wrought this deed.
Is it bad that I can lip sync most of the game? Probably it's bad, huh? Probably bad. Wait, why are you weak? Ow. Hey, I had enough of that. Gotta suck to be you. I'm gonna do this twice. Yummy! I always thought it was funny that there's... Well, no, I get it. But I did think it's funny that they're so close together. They spaced these two so close. Okay. You lick me? You jerk! Have that! Give me back my stick. Blueberry. Ow! now I've got no fire. There, we just go up. There we go. Woo. Okay, so here we go. Oh, here we go. Wrote a song about vengeance. You want to hear? Here we go. You. Gotcha. You know, you should pay attention, or I should pay attention. I'm talking to myself when I say you. Wait. There, there you are. There was an enemy here. I keep forgetting that Raziel will look at threats. Hey, there's a switch. I'm a flippin'. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Oh, yep. I know how to play this game. I promise. I'm coming up on the end of part 1 here.
No! Please!
I didn't recognize these flayed racks of flesh. Their scent was vampiric. They gnawed upon their victim's carcass like dogs.
These guys are different. That they heal very quickly, and I'll explain why in a bit. See how fast they heal? One. Yes, and part of the progression of this game, as most games are, is that with each new territory that Raziel encounters, he will face new enemies and new challenges. And these shambling, quick healing vampires are the regular enemy of this new territory. Oh, yes, you see him? We're not going to touch him. We're going to stay very far away from him.
This charnel house bore the unmistakable marks of Melchiah's clan. To what depths had our dynasty plummeted if these ghouls were the descendants of my high-born brother? Were they so debased as to recruit fledglings from the desiccated corpses here interred?
Okay. Now, I'm not going to get too close to the edge, but down there is a human, a vampire hunter. And one of the coolest things in this game, again, you got to remember this game is like almost 30 years old, is that if you chose to kill that vampire hunter, then the game proceeds to where that just seems normal, okay? You just fight everything you see. But if you spare his life, if you run past him and kill the vampires nearby and don't encounter him again, then he will send word back to other humans and tell them all that you are that Raziel's an avenging angel, and they will be your allies for the rest of the game. And as fun as some of the human weapons are, if you kill a human and take their weapons, it's so much better to have them on your side. But anyways, this is the end of Chapter 1 of this Let's Play, and it's been great to see you guys and to have you come along with me, and we're going to explore more later, probably next week, and we will go into the depths of this new territory and see what has happened to his highborn brothers. And now, I let you go with the same phrase I always do. Stay brilliant, everybody.